Okay. Hello, welcome again, Dina. So
Hi,
today we'll look at topic 3 and 4, right? So first I want to do the attendance first. Just wait. Okay. Then next I want to share the screen. Okay, Lisa, can you see the word topic 3 organization life cycle? Lisa, can you see?
Can, Mr. Shah, can see.
Okay, so today we talk about organization life cycle. So 3.1, birth, growth, maturity, decline. These are the 4 stages. It's like a baby lah, not baby born. Baby grow up, teenager, old man already, maturity, then decline means die lah. So organization also got some sort of life. It's like a human being, okay? So we call it the organization life cycle. And in every cycle, the various cycle got different implication, okay? So we just go to the first one first. First one is organization birth, how the organization was created. Okay, so or sometimes we call it the startup stage. Okay, so it starts with turning ideas into product and services. Okay, maybe I make it a bit bigger so you can see easily. Okay, so turning ideas into a product or service, that's normally how the company start. There is some sort of idea to sell something, a product or sell a service. So we call this the organization startup stage or the birth of the organization. Now at this time, money is not enough and there's a lot of risk, okay, because competitors are also very there. And also, if you're having a new product, many customers don't trust you or do not know about you. This is the most dangerous stage of an organization life during its birth. Okay, as much as, for example, in some countries, as much as 90% of companies will fail because of this early stage, where they don't have enough resources, money, or manpower, or talent, or knowledge. So they don't have, and facing a lot of competition, okay, and customers do not know that they exist. So that's why nearly 90%, okay, of organization will fall during their initial stage. Okay, now as it moves on, you will go to, if you look at the sales at the time here, so I just draw it like equal time, but actually can be various, the width can be various. So here comes the growth. See, can you see suddenly when people know about a company and they like your company, so you have a huge growth. When you have a huge growth, here we have another issue, how to get more manpower, okay? How to deal with more customers. At this stage, competitors are looking in already because competitors see your business is growing. They may want to copy your business model, okay, or sell products nearly the same as your products. So when you go to a certain time, you go to maturity. Now, what do you mean by maturity? All the competitors are already there. All the customers know all the various products made by you and also made by your competitors. So we call this the maturity. Many companies, this with the longest duration. And then finally, you will decline. The product will be stopped being ordered. So I give you an example, okay? Let's look at Apple phone. Let's say i15, they will introduce. Then many people want to buy. Then maturity, maybe Huawei will come in, Vivo will come in, okay? So having the same features of the i15. And then later, People stop buying i15, so i15 will die. Therefore, Apple now have to introduce a new one, i16. Then maybe i16 die already, then you introduce a new one, i17. Now the reason is, why must the product die? Because customer get fed up, or because there's a new technology coming. Okay, or customer is looking at competitor, because competitor here will be very strong. So maybe the people from China, they're selling even cheaper than you. So that's why the product die. But there may be certain products that do not die. Like for example, like Milo. Milo has been for many, many years. They're still in maturity, but they do not die yet. What Milo has done is change from traditional Milo, maybe to Milo plus more sugar, or Milo plus more chocolate, or Milo plus more energy, or Milo with more vitamins. So all this is not the original Milo. It's just that new product of Milo keep going up. Now the implication is introduction, growth, maturity, decline, every stage, different requirement. Objectives will be different. Goals will be different. Even advertising may be different. If you're a new product, maybe you advertise to the young people first. And then when the growth comes in, you maybe advertise in the social media. Maturity already not so much advertising, because many people know your product. And when you go decline, maybe you don't do advertising at all to save your advertising money, right? So marketing is different. Production may be different. During the introduction stage, so maybe you're making a product, maybe you ask some people to make for you, subcon. Then maybe here you grow yourself. You start to make your own product plus subcon. Here maturity, most likely you're making your 100% your own product. And decline, maybe you want to close down that production line. Okay, so what about marketing is different, production is different, even technical people may be different. Okay, population of the company is different. Here small, getting more. Here is the steady one, huge people working for you, and then when the line is down, you start to retrench or retrain your people to other products. So the organization life, every life is different. Every stage is different. And the company must know how to do. The objectives will be different. The goals will be different. Okay. So maybe, for example, introduction, your goal may be, okay, let's capture the market within 2 months' time. The growth is, okay, let's handle the growth without suffering any high risk. Maturity, maybe the goal is, let's stay in the market as long as possible. The goal here is how to sell the product, cheap cost, no marketing, and so forth. And then how to cut off the product. Okay, so that is the key point. So this you can see from here. So you can see all the various videos. Okay, so these are all the 3.1, 3.2. It's the same thing. Okay, I'd like to introduce you here one thing. At the age of an organization, okay, so small maybe go to large, okay, because based on life from birth, growth, maturity, and so forth. So there are various ages, from young age to mature age, and sometimes there's a crisis of leadership, autonomy, control, red tape. Here, especially when you're doing a maturity side, crisis of internal growth, crisis of identity, and so forth. There are various types of crises, and your company will evolve. Okay. So I'd like to discuss something with you. I'd like you to share something with me. Let's look at a company product. Why does it decline? Okay, we have a model here called Whistle and Johnson model. Okay, for the decline stage. First, the company blind. They do not know the product is not going to sell anymore. Okay, then second, If they are blind, they won't take any action. Even if they are not blind, maybe they're lazy or they do not know how to handle, so they don't take any action. And later, if they take the action also, they take the wrong action, and therefore create a crisis. And then later, finally, the dissolution of the product. Now, stage 1 and stage 2 is quite important in decline. If you can see, let's say for example, if Apple see i15, they cannot see it's going to die. Therefore, they don't take action. They don't make the new i16 or i17. So therefore, it will very fast create an organization go down. But let's say Apple saw i15 is no more good. So they take action. So maybe they don't take a wrong action. Instead of making from i15, make a new model i16, maybe they use action to advertise or give more discount to i15. Okay, so that's a faulty action. Or maybe they do nothing or they use the wrong action. All this will create crisis and the company decline. Okay, so this one is very important. Why does company become blinded? Because they're so used to making i15. They're making so much profit in i15. They thought the profit i15 will be forever. They are blinded. And many cases, blinded, they will not take any action. Or when they realize something is wrong, they take the wrong action. Okay. Now, I want you to look at this. Strategy to overcome decline, such as innovation. Okay. These are, can you think of some innovation idea? Let's say, for example, you are doing a mee rebus shop. You are doing a mee rebus shop, and your company is declining. Okay. So, can you think of any innovation for this declining mee rebus business?
No. Oh, so maybe in terms of the packaging, Mr. Chia, or the food itself?
Oh, okay. Okay. So more ideas? Do you have any more ideas?
More ideas. The packaging, and then we put a lot of stuff inside the mirrors to attract more people to buy.
Like example, you may have a seafood mee rebus, right? Or you may have wasabi mee rebus. So these are called innovation. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you want to enter in new market? You give me some example, your mee rebus, how to enter new market?
Through social media.
Now, what kind of new market?
What kind of new market, Mr. Chia?
Or location of new market?
Oh, it's around the community.
Oh, okay. So another example is, let's say now you are making mee rebus. You want to enter to China market. You are now selling mee rebus in Shah Alam, correct? You want to enter
Be
to
international, is it? I thought
yeah.
local.
So you need to do the packaging, okay? Then a different type of herbs to put into the box. Then the box you can sell in Shopee to customer in China. Therefore, that's how you enter to a new market, right?
Oh,
Okay.
that
Or
is a
sometimes,
very good idea, Mr. Chia.
yeah. So your mee rebus normally is sell in what time? Lunchtime, or dinner
No,
time,
tea
or
time. Tea time. Tea time.
tea time, isn't it? Correct?
Yeah.
So maybe 4 o'clock. So you want to enter new market, maybe you need to advertise right now and say mee rebus is good for breakfast. So not only the tea time market, let's try to make mee rebus breakfast market or lunch market or supper market. That's called new markets. Now the other one, you focus on your core competency. For example, your mee rebus, you may have certain competency, secret recipe. Penang mee rebus. So they cook the Penang style one. So you refocus again. You advertise and say this is the original Penang one. Last time you just say mee rebus. Now you have to say Penang mee rebus. Okay, so there are many actions you can do. Okay, so you can have innovation, new advertising, new packaging, go to new market. Okay, maybe reduce your price or sell it as a premium. Okay, oyster mee rebus or whatever, right? So that's what I mean. Okay, so there are many ways of doing. So let's look at a case study. You know of a Nokia phones.
Yeah, I know.
These are, you know,
Okay.
of a Nokia phone. Last time Nokia #1 in the world.
Correct.
Now where
Correct.
is Nokia? Now nobody uses Nokia. It's
Nobody
either
use.
Apple or Android. Under Android is what? Huawei, Samsung. Okay, or maybe Realme or Xiaomi, or to a certain extent Oppo and Oppo, and the other one is what? Vivo. Nobody using Nokia now. Why?
Yes.
Why nobody? Okay, so it is due to its inability to adapt to changing market trends and technological advancement. Last time, Nokia is a handphone. Understand? Now we don't use handphone. We use smartphone. Last time Nokia got no app. Now if the phone cannot have app, you think you want to buy? No, there's so many apps. You know, maybe you got a Touch and Go app. You have the Netflix app, right? You
Because
got a WhatsApp, Telegram app. So all these apps is you needed. Okay? So Nokia cannot see that there is a new market, the new customer demand. So they are blinded. Understand? So they thought forever Nokia will be good forever. Last time Nokia just only a phone only, no. Strictly a phone, no app. So they are blinded. Then therefore they never take any action. Later, especially when Apple comes in, they panic already. Nokia panic already. So they take action. They take the wrong action. Okay? They have their own system. It's not Android. I think there's another name for it. I cannot remember what's the name for the operating system. But like Apple, they're using the OS operating system is Macintosh OS, and Android is using the other is using the Android OS, and Nokia decide to have their own. And when they have their own, they cannot get the app people to write the app for them because more market share. So a lot of people buying Android. So all the programmers writing app for Android software. So they take the wrong action. What Nokia should have done is they should have not made their own operating system. They should have adopted the Android standard. So they take the wrong action. Finally, Nokia died. Now Nokia seems to come out again. Okay, but the volume is still very, very little. Okay, so Nokia died already. So importance of agility means very fast action and innovation in a real technical software. Now, your Mi robots don't have so much technological changes. But if you are looking at electronic equipment, let's say a TV or handphone, right, or electric cars, there's a lot of innovation all the time. So if you don't keep up to date, your product decline, your company die. Okay, another good example is Tesla. Okay, what happened to Tesla? All the time say must have a self-drive. Until now, don't have. Okay, but BYD already has. So it's like people all going to BYD. Okay, then the battery in Tesla is not so good. The battery in BYD is very good. So that's a problem. Okay, so if we are using the example of this Nokia, okay, Nokia organization culture. Okay, I think you study organization behavior or inside their organization culture. Some companies are so big, like Nokia last time. Their culture is to want to change. Okay, they thought they can use the old phone forever. So that's the problem. Okay. So this one is the quiz. So we just look at it. Okay. So if you look at the model answers, evaluate the strategy and structure needed in the organization birth control. Okay, what a structure is good for during the birth stage? You must adopt simple, flexible, focus on market niche. When you're young, when a company is younger, they only want to sell just to some people yet. They cannot sell to everybody because their production volume not yet. Okay, so they want to do niche market first, and they have not enough resources, so they need to prioritize the resources. Now, some of the resources of a company, so time is a resource. The one who go faster into the market, time, on time. The one maybe is the one who's a very good company. Okay? And the one who got money or can borrow money, got enough money to do the business is very good. And next one, very important, workforce. Okay? The employees must be capable for the startup stage. Okay? Now, for growth stage, it's a little bit different. So they have, see, adaptive strategies. Here, scalable structure and resource alignment. So if this is growth, if you look at maturity, adaptive, flexible, same, streamline organizational structure, invest in continuous learning. And if you look at decline stage, the structure is different. Structure for efficiency, flexible strategy, strengthening leadership and culture. Okay, so every time is different. But how do you know your company is in which stage? So that you can do the correct work. How do you know? It comes from here. A very good thing is the sales amount. When you see the sales amount slowly increasing, it's introduction. When the sales amount jump very sharp, that is the growth. When the sales amount sort of slowly go up, then remains, that's maturity. When the sales amount is going down, most likely it's decline. So one good indicator is the sales amount. Okay, sales amount will tell you which stage you are actually in. Okay, now these are, so let's look at an example. So let's imagine you, Lisa. Can you remember what you do when you are just born, or here is your teenager. Here is
for the teenagers
when
can.
you are out living, and then here you slowly okay. Can you now understand the faces of a human being is like the faces of a company?
Yes.
Right? So if you are in maturity, you're going to die very soon. Maybe to do countermeasure, you must do more exercise, eat more good food, sleep more, whatever it is, right?
Yes.
To change the decline. So you okay. Have you come across any product that was introduced? Then after that, a lot of people buy. Then after that, slowly die. Can you name in your experience some of the product like that?
Die. Horlick, Mrs. Yang?
Huh?
Nestle. No, Nestle is doing better. Cannot think like Mr. Chia.
No, okay. Let me think. Let me think which company have started growing. Then, okay. Have you heard of Kodak film?
Kodak, yes. Yes. Okay.
Kodak?
This is
Okay, tell me,
different.
why
Yes.
does Kodak die?
Because we have new technology. We are using all the AI. We are using all the technology. Using smartphone.
Yes. So if you are using smartphone, you take a photograph, you need to go to the Kodak shop to what
Correct.
to print out the hard
Yes.
copy. Correct? Kodak. Okay. Maybe have you heard of Toy
Just print
R
out from
Us?
the home if you can.
Have you heard of Toy R Us?
Yes. Toys R Us, yes.
Why is it slowing down?
But it still survive until now, Mr. Jia.
Yeah, only certain country in US die already.
Oh, is it?
Company
Okay.
closed down already. Why Toy R Us can close down?
Because nowadays the kids didn't play with the toy. Only with the
Yes,
smartphone.
yes. Every blame for smartphone. And they can buy from Walmart.
Yeah.
They can buy from Walmart. They don't have to go to buy Toy R Us. Right?
Yes.
So
And nowadays
you
also can buy online, Mr. Jia. No need to go there and buy.
okay. Have you heard of Ahmad Chicken?
Ahmad chicken, no.
Okay. Maybe there's a boycott in the KFC. So the Muslim people
Can
started to have this Ahmad Chicken. So Ahmad Chicken is growing, and KFC sales is going down. Okay. So why is Ahmad Chicken going up?
because they boycott the KFC. KFC.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
also Ahmad Chicken is cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Ahmad Chicken is much cheaper than KFC. Okay. So there may be reason, not only sometimes it's because of religious reason or culture reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now many American company is facing a problem because many people start to boycott American Starbucks or even boycott McDonald's.
And there's a lot of alternative, message. Yeah.
Because there's so many alternatives. Okay, so that means there's a lot of competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you have a lot of competitor, you have to little bit worried. Have you heard of A and W?
Yes.
A and
AW.
W used to be the first fast food in Malaysia is A and W.
Mm.
Okay, we're talking about
Right.
40 over years ago.
Uh-huh.
At that time, A and W is the only one.
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
so we always try to go there on Saturday or Sunday or day. Then you got Tuesday,
Interesting.
Connie Dog. Then
Mm-hmm.
slowly A and W die. Why A and W die? Because McDonald go in. So once McDonald
Yeah.
goes in, KFC see very excited, so KFC also go in. Then
Yes.
KFC go in already, but KFC bring in the Pizza Hut. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Correct.
here comes
Yes.
Texas Chicken. Texas Chicken
Mm-hmm.
see McDonald KFC doing well, so Texas Chicken also go in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So last time they don't have this what call it this Starbucks, they don't have Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the
Starbucks.
small coffee shop one. Then McDonald's try to sell coffee, right? Then after
Yes.
that, Starbucks go in. So
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's very angry, Starbucks go in. So they have a McDonald's McCafe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then the local people, DG come in already, Zeus come in already because the local people can sell a little bit cheaper.
Because all the local people now boycott the Starbucks, so now we are choosing the Zeus.
The Zeus, now Zeus are very good sales.
Yes, very good sales.
So now
People all want to buy
Zeus
Zeus.
is at what stage? Zeus is maybe right now at growth stage. Okay? Starbucks is maybe at maturity or going to decline stage. So they have to be
Yes.
very careful. They have to be very, very careful. Okay, or else suddenly, like Kodak,
Mm-hmm.
nobody buy Kodak anymore already. So nobody
Nobody.
will do Starbucks.
Nobody using the Kodak.
Nobody use Kodak anymore already. Technology has moved already. Okay, technology has moved already. So it's the same. If you are making a black and white TV, last time black and white TV everybody buy, isn't it? Now who buy
Yeah.
black and white TV? I think cannot find. Even second hand also cannot find black and
People
white TV.
also cannot find a message. Only all the flat screen.
So now if you look at if you are Starbucks now or you are Zeus now, your marketing, your production, your QR, your purchasing, your system, everything will be different one. Whether you are growth stage or whether you are at the maturity stage or you are at the decline stage. So is that understood? No problem?
Yeah, understood.
Okay, so now we go to the next one. We now go to chapter 4. Now, just now we talk about the various stage, the life of the company. Now we want to talk about how to organize the business. Okay. Now, organization of business is also every stage is different organization. Structure is different. Okay. So we look at these factors influencing firm organization structure, the various type of structure, organization designed for the 21st century, and the last one, the informal organization. Okay. Organize means how you organize it. Okay, you want to organize it maybe top down or bottom up or flat. There's so many things. So once we understand the factors first, okay, every organization must have a clear structure. What do you mean by structure? An organization structure is who report to who, who's supposed to do what. So that's why we have a accounting department. So we structure in our organization to have one department called accounting. We may also structure one department that is called HR, and another department called production, another department maybe purchasing, and so forth. So we structure certain functions, okay, into various departments or various products. Why? So if we have a department called accounting, all accounting job is down there. All the people working in the department should be good in accounting. So if you have a need for HR, human resources, so we want to structure a department that's called HR. And then all the people who are doing HR job go into that department. How do I say? It's not a good idea that you stay forever in one department. Okay, if you study accounting, you join accounting department. Later on, you should go to marketing and then the production or HR so that you have a general idea of the company. Then you become a general manager. Of course, general manager get more salary than the accounting manager. So if you just join as accounting manager, right, and you stay forever in accounting, so you only got 1 year experience in accounting, but you do it for the next 20 years. You understand? You don't have 20 years experience accounting. You only got 1 year experience accounting, but you do it 20 times. So if you want to progress your career, you should always do various departments. So you have a full idea of what the company is about, so that you can become a general manager and then you can help to run not one department, run the company. Okay, so that one you need to understand. So since the company will have a structure, you can see from the structure how the company is doing their business. Okay, like for example, you need a structure. The structure is very important. Okay, let's look at the structure. Maybe you have a general manager here, you got finance department, administrative department, operations, safety. So this is what I'm talking about. So we call this a functional structure. So somebody will report to general manager. Below the manager, somebody will report to the finance manager. Maybe the finance supervisor report to finance manager, and the finance clerk report to the finance supervisor. So why we need to do that? So that we know who reporting to who is supposed to do what type of job, so that we can make the deadline, make the schedule, plan the job by department. Okay, and here operation, maybe they're making all the products. So this is called a functional structure. It's the most common one. Okay, now you may have another structure that is by product. So maybe this company is making chemicals, also making plastic, making electronic product. So this is a very big company, so therefore they split by product. And under chemical division, they will have general manager for chemical, then ding. Okay? Or maybe they have a electronic division. So under electronic division, they will have finance, administrative, operation, safety. Now, why they do that? Isn't that a duplicate? Not really, because maybe the accounting for electronic may be different from the accounting for chemicals. Or maybe the operation here may be different. The marketing may be different type. Okay, marketing for chemical product surely is different from marketing for TV, right? Or marketing for a refrigerator. Okay, or you can have another type by region. Okay, because the company is so big, you have a total European division, US, or maybe the rest of the world. So under here, under European division, they may have this way. Under US division, they may also have this way. Or under the European division, they may have chemical, plastic, and electronic, and each one of them may also follow like just now. So what does that mean? It means that the division or the structure, depending on how complex the company is. If your company is not so complex, only making for Malaysia, selling in Malaysia. So maybe you're this kind, simple company. Maybe the company becomes a little bit more complex. The products are all very different. So we do this way. Maybe now a company has been grown so big that we cannot control. So you have to go by region. Why region? Maybe for example in US, let's say for example I'm making cars. Okay, if I'm making car, US is right on the right hand side. The car for European, some country is driving on the left hand side, right? And so forth. So because of various complexity, okay, we may have to break down by area. We call this area. We call that product category, and the other one we call it by function category. Okay, so we have a line of command. Okay, a line of command is like this. Okay, this will report to here, report to here, report to here, director of product. Okay, or this fellow is here, one here is director. So you will have reporting to somebody, and somebody must report to somebody, right? Now, the important point is when you give a responsibility to certain people in the organization structure to do certain things, you have to give them the authority, you have to give them the responsibility. Sometimes it's very common whereby we give, you are responsible for this one. Okay, like for example. So the boss tell, okay, European division, you are responsible for Europe business. But Europe, you have any new product, you must get permission headquarter. Okay, Europe, you want to employ people, you must get headquarter permission. So everything must go headquarter. It's only name only European. So what you have, you give the responsibility, but you don't give the authority. Therefore, this will be very frustrated. Okay, so there is called. Okay, now the other organization is called metrics. Now normally this one is good for IT or high technology type of company. Okay, IT or AI company, for example, telecommunication company, whereby you have director of product, design, VP, finance, marketing, and HR. Right. So let's look at the marketing. He is head of marketing, but he's sending his staff to be under product A manager. So product manager B, product manager C. So each one of them got one marketing. He is head of marketing. He will send all these people to here to help them on the product. Now this is a little bit of a problem. The marketing people report to here. Maybe this is, for example, headquarters in Japan, example. And this product or this area is Bangi. Maybe this one is Rangoon. Maybe this is Chittagong. Maybe this one is at Mecca. So different country. So these people are sent to different country. So he sent to different country, but of course he only worked 2-3 years. He has to go back. So since he has to go back to here, so he must be very nice to him, and also very nice to him. So this fellow actually got two boss. So that confirms conflict of interest. Okay, so that's the problem with matrix organization. The people here got conflict of interest because they have to report back to their headquarters and also temporarily reporting to these people during the life of this product. Okay, so but matrix works very well if it's in IT because they can share information very fast. Okay, so which organization structure do you want? Depending on your company. Now, once you make an organization structure, don't say it's made forever. You can change. When your company is small, you don't like that. The company become bigger, don't like that. Become even bigger, you go like that. Okay, then your business change, no more making product, physical product. You are now in the information type of a company. You may have to use a matrix organization. Okay. So there are advantage and disadvantage for various type of thing. Okay. Now, this is a crazy one. Flat. Director, manager, no GM, no general manager, no managers. Okay, maybe one or two, and this only doesn't take care, just only oversee any, look see any. They all of these employees do not report to the manager. They report to the director. This can only be done for sometimes only very small company. Small company. Okay, I give you an example. Your mee rebus. So Okay, can you see me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, can.
Okay, so we just sort of continue. So we just continue. Hang on. Okay, we just continue. Okay. Okay. I want to hear something from you. Have you come across when you're working life? Have you come across whereby you got one boss, and then on top of it you got your boss, and both of them give you instruction? Have you come across like that? You may have two
Yes.
bosses.
Yes.
So if this kind of situation maybe makes you a bit confused, who to follow, correct?
Yes. Yes, a bit confused, but
So
I will follow the the top
the
the
top
top
one.
management the top one, yes.
Okay. So what happened is sometimes the top one give you some instruction which you don't agree to do. Then how?
I will refer to my supervisor.
All right. Very good. Now, there is also one more called informal organization. The organization structure down there is very formal. You may have an informal one. Like for example, you're a Muslim lady. So sometimes you may have other Muslim lady friends in your organization. Maybe you go for lunch together or chit chat, tea break, something like that. That is called informal organization. Okay. Do you have such informal organization in your company?
No.
Maybe you have that you don't realize. Maybe you always go for lunch with your friend. Maybe your friend is from another department, or you chit chat with your friend.
Oh,
There's
yes,
nothing wrong
yes, yes.
with no, there's nothing wrong with informal organization. Nothing wrong. As long as
Mm-hmm.
the information that you get from the informal organization is the correct information. If the informal organization start to spread rumors on wrong information, then it is a problem.
But
Okay?
but how to know is a correct informal message?
You have to wait for organization. Let's say, for example, in your lunch break, you eating with some friends, and then your friends say, "Hey, the company will close down." Then you panic. You actually panic because maybe company closed down, you got no job. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
you should not react. You should wait for official information because some information is like kabar-kabar angin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just rumors. So that is why informal group is actually quite powerful group. They give information. So maybe they give the wrong information. It's like, for example, Facebook. Okay, you join Facebook, then you follow somebody, isn't it? So everybody follows the group, and then that group information is not correct, then everybody get excited. Okay, so therefore you have this kind of um, group, that the informal one. So
Mm-hmm.
in most cases, no harm in joining an informal group. No harm, as long as the informal group information or discussion is based on correct information, not based on kabar-kabar angina.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to tell you. Now, another way. Now you are the manager and you got many staff under you. Or you are a
Mm-hmm.
supervisor, you got staff under you. Okay, so if you give instructions for them to do something, how will your instruction be? Would it be a long instruction, short instruction, or the instruction will have a target or no target, or the instruction will be to what level of understanding? Maybe, for example, your juniors are very qualified one, so maybe you can talk to them technical thing, or your junior
Yeah,
is not
yeah.
so qualified, so you can talk about only give them instruction in the simple language. Correct?
Yes.
Right? Huh? So
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any problem whereby your subordinate argue with you or don't listen to you? Got such example or not? So how you solve?
Just keep quiet and do my work.
No. If your junior people fight against you, you cannot keep quiet. The correct way is to take them in a separate room and discuss.
Confront.
Okay. Do you see before some managers scold their people very loudly in front of others?
Yes. Not.
How do you feel?
I feel sorry for her.
So in other words, you should not scold your people in front of others.
Oh, that one.
Okay. Now, a good example is in the sales, or let's say you're having a restaurant and the waiter bring the wrong thing. So the customer very angry. So you, the manager, some manager will go to the customer and say, sorry, my waiter is stupid. This kind of remark, not so good. Okay. Even though the structure allows you to take action against the lousy employee, but if your action taken is not the correct one, you will create more havoc. Okay. Okay, I think that's all we have for today, right? So I'll see you tomorrow then. Okay, or I'll see you in the next class. Okay, so let me stop the recording. Okay.